West Radio 89.3 FM Kànga Gbọ́nmágbẹ́.
All right, it's another beautiful Tuesday morning on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio. We are here in Oluyole in the city of Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. My name is Kunle Olowu, and yes, the program you are onto again this morning is Perspective Unlimited. And as usual, I'm not alone. I am with Mona Chiso Chuku Emeka. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Kunle.
Yes, it's another cold morning. No rain this time, but
no rain.
Yes, but the weather is very.
It's still okay. The weather is okay.
Yeah. So I'm sure you've gone through the dailies this morning. So I mean, do you think you are going to have a very topical morning?
One thing is that we are moving in a circle.
We are moving in a circle because we have similar stories.
Yes, we are sounding like a broken record, because what happened yesterday is an extension of what's happening
in a bigger scale. All right, it is Perspective Unlimited on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, and yes, we'll be talking about issues happening in the country as seen on the front page of our newspapers. And today we are going to be looking at 4 different newspapers. That is The Punch, The Nigerian Tribune, Vanguard, and of course The Guardian newspaper. Moving quickly, starting from the front of The Guardian newspaper this morning, the largest caption reads, Senators stranded lose tickets as anti-defection law backfires. That story is on page 6 of The Guardian newspaper this morning. Other stories: court sentences potato seller to life imprisonment over sexual assault. That story is on page 8. And on page 4, OT, LP kicks as Abure rolls out free nomination form. That story is on page 4. And on page 30, military intensifies anti-ISIS operations, kills 20 fighters in fresh airstrike. And on page 5, over the 2026 Guba polls, Osun government's Accord Party allege planned mass arrests of officials and leaders. That story is on page 5. And ADC blames Tinubu for El Rufai's detention woes as ICPC defends procedures. That story is on page 30 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. And Jonathan Fagbemi asked court to dismiss suits on eligibility for 2027 polls. That story is on page 3. And still on page 3, grief panic as terrorists behead abducted or your teacher. A very sad one. And still on page 3, Obi Atiku faults Tinubu's borrowing habits. Those are the stories you can find on the front page of the Guardian newspaper this morning. And on the front page of the Vanguard paper this morning, the largest caption: APC Senate primaries, Okwa Abiodun Uzodinma win, Ned Nwoko Goje, others lose. And the rider, Barao, Bello, Shomale, Kalu, others clinch return tickets. Jack Rich, Banigo, Dangogo, 14 others disqualified. Drama consensus protest trail exercise. That story is on page 5. I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in knowing more. If you go to the page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper, you'll find the full story. On page 7, teachers, students protest colleagues, abduction, killing. Then the writer story on that: Tinubu condemns killing of abducted teacher. When children are hunted in classrooms, silence becomes complicity. That is credited to Khan. And of course, on page 23 of the Vanguard this morning, court sets May 26 to determine Jonathan's eligibility. And on page 9, Nigerian scientists want emergency border surveillance. That story is on page 9. And still on page 9, Obi emerges NDC's sole presidential aspirant. That's on the front page of the Vanguard. And still on that, Osun government Accord Party raises alarm over planned mass arrests of officials and leaders. That story is on page 8. And on page 9, phone tapping charge. Court grants El Rufai 100 million bail, allegedly rearrested by DSS. And on page 6, jury begins deliberation on Alison Madueke's alleged bribery trial. Those are the stories you can find on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. And And on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune, we won't bow to terror. That is according to Makinde, and the writer stories confirm 7 teachers, 25 students abducted in 2 schools, says a surveillance aircraft already in Lagos undergoing final assembly. Coordinating center established at police headquarters for updates on rescue efforts. Kidnapped teachers beheaded. Protest rock Ogbomoso. Students shun schools. Tinubu reassures on rescue of kidnapped victims. And Gbenga Ashim condemns abduction, demand urgent action. Those stories you'd find on pages 2 and 3 of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. And another stories, Ondo APC group petitions national chairman over alleged kangaroo rep primaries, and senators escape death as gunmen invade voting point in Ondo. That story is on page 26. And on page 25, Ekiti LG workers pledged to deliver 200,000 votes for Oyebanji. And on some health issues, just 2 cigarettes daily raises heart failure risk by 50%. That's according to study, and that story is on page 3. Still moving on, on Senate primaries, Uzodinma Abiodun Okwa Bello picks APC ticket. And the writer stories under that, Senate leader Ndume Dafione returned in Ekiti, Bono Delta. Ned Nwoko Omoagege loses in Delta. Shehu Sani Yaro Katong win Kaduna primaries. Confusion in Plateau, Edo over conflicting results as Akintunde Oseni emerges in Oyo Central, Oyo South. Those stories can be found on pages 15 and 16 of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. And other stories, Osun government accord alleged planned arrest of officials, party leaders, seeks Tinubu's intervention. That story is on page 21. And on page 27, ADC screens Bindo, Agboru, Adegoroye, 67 other governorship aspirants, reschedules presidential screening till tomorrow. Alleged national security breaches. DSS witness narrates how El Rufai's TV interview sparked phone tapping investigation. Court grants ex-governor 100 million bail. Those are the stories you can find on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. And on the front page of the Punch newspaper, the largest caption, Daniel Amosun Rocha's crash, Abiodun Uzodinma Bello win. That story is on page 2. And the writer stories, APC disqualifies 44 aspirants, ex-Ogun governor, deputy governors, others shun poll. Akpabio, Barau, Ndume Oshomole win. And another one, Omoagege Nwoko, Liz Nyamo loses in disputes polls. Okwa ex-governor Yero, all triumph. Gunshots disrupt Ondo primaries. Thugs invade Akure voting venue. Kwara erupts as Abdul Razak Mustafa camp crashes. Other stories on the front page of the Punch this morning. Oyo abduction outrage spreads after teachers beheading. Tinubu vows rescue. Protest erupts in Oyo. CAN, Oni condemns attack. And on page 9, food inflation spikes above 20% in 11 states. And on page 12, ADC screens 17 governor aspirants for primaries. And I'm still on the front page of the Punch this morning. On page 9, Lagos plans end to disco ban disqualification. And still on page 9, U.S.-Iran crisis. Nigeria crude nears $120. And then on page 21, FG opens free dispute settlement channels. And on pages 4 and 5, Lagos shawarma vendor shot dead by suspected cultist. And on page 12, Jonathan AGF oppose 2027 eligibility suits. Those are the stories you can find on the front page of The Punch this morning. All right, so let us dig deep into the stories that we have seen now. First, on the front page of Punch newspaper, and as seen on all of the papers we have looked at this morning, the common story that they all have is the APC Senate primaries. And we have some names like Okwa, Abiodun, Uzodinma winning, and, prominent names such as especially Ned Nwoko, Goje, others losing their tickets. And we are beginning to wonder, even according to the story, it says that the All Progressive Congress, APC senatorial primaries across the country happened yesterday, and it produced high-profile winners and losers amid disqualifications, protests, consensus arrangements, and allegation of manipulation. The party barred no fewer than 44 senatorial aspirants from participating in the primaries, including Rivers politician Tien Jack Rich, Senator Ikpalabio Banigo, and former Rivers head of service Tami Dagogo. However, the APC reinstated former Bayelsa East Senator Ben Murray Bruce after initially listing him among aspirants not cleared for the exercise. Now, we are seeing all of this. The APC senatorial primaries it has shown again that there is internal party politics in Nigeria, that it really remains. How do we view this?
Well, before we go into that discussion, there is something I want to, before we forget. You said something about Accord in Osun State.
Accord, yes, saying that they want to mass arrest, yes.
And they are seeking for Tinubu's intervention. You see, that piece of information is a pointer.
To what, sir?
To something that we don't have strong institutions that will shape this country. Instead, we have strong men. And nations are not built on strong men. Nations are built, an enduring nation is built on strong institutions. And there is a correlation between strong institutions and strong economy. How can they be asking president to intervene
in their
when they are supposed to be institutions? The president may not even know. I remember when our president went to UAE in this bilateral relationship and economic expansion and everything, and he told them that if anybody asks for bribe, come and report them to me. That is a declaration of the fact that Nigeria is not working. That if I have to do something and somebody approaches me for bribe, I should come to you and report to you as the president. That statement made in far away as UAE he has told the world that, look, these people are jokers. How can I come, just like you, go to America now, and something happens, Donald Trump will be telling you to come and report to him. It is you are making a statement that the country is not working. We have seen it right now.
But don't you think politicians do that normally?
Not normally. It's not done. This man in Osun State is asking the president to intervene to prevent mass arrest when they are supposed to be institutions who will not, the president may not even do.
But is he not insinuating that is he not insinuating that this, because who can arrest? Isn't it the police?
Kunle, it is a declaration of the fact that we don't have institutions. It's a lack of trust in our institutions. It's telling the world that, look, there's no institution here that is working. That is that statement. Because when you read certain things, think deep. How can you be asking president to intervene to prevent mass arrest? Are there not institutions who should even intervene to make sure that there's no mass arrest if there's no need for it? Now, back to what we are saying concerning APC and all their
the big names,
let me tell you something,
and the disqualified names.
Let me tell you something, Kunle. You see, I tell my children that, look, don't rejoice. What you say today may wake up tomorrow to haunt you. Be careful what you do. You know why? The criminalization of dual membership of political parties, which members of APC cleverly inserted in the Electoral Act has now become an albatross. Now, it was as because of what happened during the 2023 general election. I won't mention name here. Some people decamped from one party to the other at the last minute, and they gave APC a good run for their money. They didn't want that to happen again. So they came up with that law that you will not to block last minute defection of anybody from one party to the other. Now, that stricter anti-defection laws were inserted into this Electoral Act, and then it has trap opposition figures that may want to move from one party to the. Remember, this thing was done on March 11, 2026. Now, the law now became the people who passed the law are now casualties of the very law they passed. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They are now become casualties of the very law
that they passed.
That's why you are having these casualties all over the place. Because when they inserted it into that Electoral Act, they thought it was aimed at the opposition, not knowing that when you are pointing with one finger, the four pointing back at you. Now, go read further. You will see that is exactly what happened. We see people like Neri Nwoko, we see people like Omagege, you see people like, not coming back, because when they were doing it, they never envisaged, they never had a thought that, look, this thing may likely turn against us, and now it has turned. Now, I am worried about the primaries conducted so far.
You are worried about it?
Yes, I'm worried because no party will give you dividends of democracy if it has no internal democratic, if it does not respect its internal democratic tenets, if any. Somebody died in Kotu local government area of Lagos State. Now we heard of gunshots all over just primaries.
Primaries.
Just primaries. We have not gone to the real election. So if parties are conducting primaries and they are shooting guns, now is it nuclear weapon they will employ?
Just yesterday we were talking about this. Just yesterday we were talking about it, that even the primaries within the party has not been this pronounced. In the glare of the public.
So you know why it is becoming so fractured? Is because of the introduction of consensus candidacy, which I still stand upon my declaration that is a betrayal of democracy. Parties should have primaries. If there is internal cohesion, you cannot give what you don't have to Nigerians. Gunshots just for primaries. Are they going to bring nuclear weapons when it comes to the real election? That is very, very dicey, and many Nigerians are worried. The kind of politics we are playing in this part of the world. Just primaries. We're supposed to be a family affair.
Family affair.
It's family affair. All of you are families. You belong to the same party. You carry the same card. You under the same flag.
You have almost the same ideology.
The same ideology. Then why are you shooting yourself? So that goes to show to Kunle that those who parade as Democrats are not Democrats. They are not Democrats. We are not practicing democracy. Why should we be killing one inside the same party for something as little as primaries, which if ordinarily party members should have a say in who bears the flag, in who carries the flag of the party. But now big men are now money bags have hijacked the process. And that's why I kept asking people, what kind we don't have anointed candidates. Which oil are they using is it engine oil or carburetor oil or olive oil? Which oil are they using to anoint them? Nobody has answered that question. You know that no. Okay.
All right, still Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio, and the program you're listening to is Perspective Unlimited. My name is Kunle Olowu, and the voice you are hearing in the studio with me is that of Munachiso Chukwu Emeka. Now back to this story. We've heard a lot about, even yesterday, we heard about 26 rep members got disqualified in this same ruling All Progressive Congress. And I know the talking point yesterday was that they didn't seem to have internal crisis before. building up to this period. And you did correct me then that I should wait. And I really like the analogy of the tortoise that you gave yesterday as well. But now, this is for the Senate. And the step is becoming higher, because after Senate now we'll be hearing about the governorship and we'll be hearing about the presidency. And, that would have more stake involved. Now, the most significant in this APC story is that Rivers State and Zamfara actually recorded some of the highest number of bad aspirants. What do you think? How significant is this?
It's not. We can't call them bad aspirants. We can say that.
No, I'm not saying bad. I mean bad.
Bad.
Like
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
oh,
yes,
bad. Okay.
Yes.
We are like I told you. There are a lot of people that don't want others to really emerge. I was listening to somebody yesterday. I won't mention a figure. I won't mention the name of this person because I don't believe in his style of politics. And I respect people's space because I need peace. Look, if somebody was praising him, this man has captured Rivers State. Oh, he's not in charge. Yeah, he's a political demagogue. You know the pressmen how they use superlatives to describe somebody out of proportion. If you look at the antecedent of this man, he's a Democrat. He's a rabble-rouser. He's a babbler, as far as I'm concerned. These are not the type of people we need in Nigerian democratic experiment to move this country forward, because they have nothing to offer except their nuisance value. Yes. You understand? So we should not, and we the people are the problem. We are complicit in all this nonsense. If we demand for good governance, for transparency in how we are, it is about us, not about you. You cannot manipulate your way to become my servant and expect me to vote for you. No, allow me to decide that you are qualified to be my servant, because they are supposed to be our servants. But now we have made gods out of them, little men. And that is the way we carry them. That's why they are not afraid of. I read a book by George Orwell. He said, when a government is afraid of the people, the government will deliver dividends of democracy. But when the people are afraid of their government, there is no government.
When the people are afraid
when
of
when the government is afraid of the people, there will be progress. Because you are afraid of coming back to that seat. But when it is the people that are afraid of the government, you see all manner of shady characters parading as leaders, because they are not afraid of the people. The people are afraid of them. This is exactly the picture of our country.
Let's quickly look at something before we go, because we'll soon run out of time for the first half. Similarly, there's a story that Peter Obi emerged as the NDC sole presidential aspirant, because he's the only one, allegedly, that bought the party ticket. Now, Obi emerging as the sole presidential aspirant, what does this say about his influence within that party?
Well, when he left ADC,
yeah,
and went to NDC
from Labour,
I'm talking
Labour,
about the
recently, okay.
People left with him.
With him,
I keep saying, every party must have its internal democracy. There must be agreement in every party. If you declare that, okay, we are going to sell form 60 million, people are free to come and buy and contest within the party. If one person, because according to what you said now, I've not read that story. You said he was the only one that came out
to buy
the form.
According to them.
According to them.
Yes.
Maybe that was what they engineered within that party. That, don't come and buy. Let this person.
Is it not close to a consensus
It's still
agreement?
It's still part of that consensus what do they call it? That consensus
agreement
that
yes.
I stand against. People should come to buy the form and contest to know who actually will fit to emerge. I don't believe in whoever. If Peter Obi is my brother, I will still ask him, do this thing, were you anointed by the people? They anointed you, or you anointed yourself? Or is it that they can't afford, or that what really happened? Because we have to be sincere. I still believe, Kunle, democracy is about the people. It's not about individuals. It's about contest of ideas. Coming together, okay, this man come and represent us. Because we have all agreed that this man has what it takes to represent us. That is the way it is done. In everywhere except in Nigeria. Do you understand what I'm saying? So our democracy is still, we are no longer practicing nascent. Our democracy is no longer nascent. Since 1999 till now, do we call it a nascent democracy? How many years? About 20-something years old. 27-year-old as a young man. Is he breastfeeding? Is he still breastfeeding? 27-year-old. He is not now. But we
That's
are
a
still,
married man.
but we are still crawling because we are not transparent in our dealings in whatever we are doing. Democracy is supposed to be about the people, for the people, and by the people. When you abrogate the people, you are left with nothing. It is no longer about the people. It's about money bags. It's about elites. It's about everything that will not move the country forward.
Okay, so we'll come back to this Peter Obi story, but right now we have to go on a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we are going to touch on this Peter Obi story again, and other stories are seen on the front page of the dailies. Do stay tuned as we continue the second half of Perspective Unlimited this morning. Do stay tuned.
89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Let me guess, you enjoy talking. You always have something to say. And somehow, people actually enjoy listening to you. So why are you not on radio yet? What are you waiting for? Wells Radio Media Academy is giving you the perfect opportunity to become a certified broadcaster in just 6 weeks. You'll get hands-on studio experience, learn from industry professionals, and understand what it takes to actually own the mic. From radio presentation to news writing to public speaking and social media, everything you need all in one place. Admission is in progress right now as resumption is on the 18th of May 2026. Admission form is available for just 5,000 naira only. This is not one of those maybe someday opportunities. This is now. Don't just sit back and listen to other people shine. Step up and let your voice be heard. For further inquiries, call 0706 840 7359 or 0803 509 3394. Begin your journey to becoming a certified broadcaster today.
How long will it take you to confirm payment? I have been waiting for the past 1 hour. I'm so sorry. Our network is slow. I will just run out of data. Same excuse yesterday. It is unacceptable, please. You better switch to One Data Internet Service. One Data? Yes, One Data. One Data is an internet service provider with the best alternative and solution for unlimited speed. One Data provides fast and reliable internet service to organizations, homes, and places of interest in Nigeria. With One Data, you get to enjoy the premium internet service with dedicated unlimited internet speed at all times, 24/7 fantastic customer service and support, and you enjoy a 1-month free subscription when you make payment. Now is the time to say goodbye to downtimes. Sign up with One Data today on 0811 223 2671 or visit www.onedata.ng for more inquiries. One Data, unlimited speed.
Are you hungry for something delicious? Food that feels like home but tastes like pure luxury? Then welcome to Honeydew Restaurant, where every meal is made to make you smile. From our smoky jollof to rich ofada sauce to a variety of delicious soups like egusi, eforiro, and more, paired with your favorite proteins and hot, freshly made swallows, all made for you to enjoy. We also handle bulk orders in liters, fresh and ready whenever you need it, with delivery to your doorstep. At Honeydew, it's not just the food, it's the feel. With our beautiful ambience, perfect for your romantic dates, family outings, or your quiet, relaxing evening escape. Join us every last Friday of the month at 7 p.m. for karaoke night with Jayola and enjoy music, games, food, drinks, and free mocktails and cocktails as you sing your hearts out. Visit us at Plot 42, Block 8, Alaafin Avenue, beside Wells Radio, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. For your doorstep delivery or inquiries, call or WhatsApp 0814-691-6635, 0814-691-6635. Honeydew Restaurant, where every meal is made to make you smile.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on this website: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, 0707-338-4828, SEC 0209-462-1168. Announcer, FSRCC.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go!
Hey there! Want to stay connected to your favorite radio station? Follow us on social media for the latest updates, entertaining wholesome content, and behind-the-scene peaks. We're on Instagram at Wells Radio 893, Facebook Wells Radio 893 FM fan page, X Wells Radio 893. Follow our WhatsApp channel Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Get a scoop on upcoming shows, giveaways, and events. Also get to interact with your favorite presenters and share your thoughts on our posts and stories. Join the conversation and stay tuned into Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
All right, you are welcome back to the second half of Perspective Unlimited on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio. We are situated in Oluyole, here in the city of Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. My name is Kunle Olowu, and here with me in the studio is Mona Chiso Chukwu Emeka, who is our analyst. Welcome back to the second half.
Thank you, Kunle.
Yeah, so we are also going to be leaving the phone lines open. So if you want to be a part of the show at home, you can call into the studio and give us your 2 cents on the issues we are discussing. The phone numbers to call are 09168931000, or you can also call 09153334893. You can also call 0911-3333-893. Those are the numbers to call to reach us live in the studio this morning. Yeah, so before we went on that quick commercial break, we were talking about Peter Obi emerging as the NDC's sole presidential aspirant, and they said this is because he's the only one who actually got the nomination and expression of interest form in the party. And my first question to you is that imagine as the sole presidential candidate, what does he say about his influence in the party? And also, is this a sign of party unity or lack of internal competition?
Well, I cannot say whether it is a party unity or lack of or party
lack of internal competition.
Yes, internal competition. I may not say. You understand? I am not a card-carrying member of NDC. And I don't intend to be one. Yes, you understand. But what I'm saying is that every party must have internal democracy. You understand? Every party must have internal democracy. The process of choosing leaders must be democratic in whatever way. That's what I stand for. People may disagree with me, but that is where I stand for. Kunle, I stand for whatever that will make our selection process transparent, and something that will give us the best. I'm not after who, I've said it severally here. I'm not after who is the president of this country. Kunle, what I'm after is who will actually see Nigeria as his constituency. This country belongs to all of us. Leadership is not ethnic possession. Everybody has a stake. And Nigeria, where we are lacking behind is because we believe that we don't want people. We believe that not everybody can aspire to be anything.
Anything, yeah.
In a country where there must be progress, you are free to aspire to be anything. Even if you want to be a criminal, but the country will catch you, because the country will still come for you. That's why America is bubbling. America will give you space to be whatever you want to be. But whether you do it, whether it is for good thing, you reap it. If it's for bad, you will pay for it because they will get you. There's no check. There's nothing you cannot be. But make sure that it's done within the ambit of
the law.
The law.
Okay, still, let's quickly touch one more on Peter Obi before we leave, because we have other topics to look at. We know that he has been trying about 3 times now to be president of Nigeria. And especially the last time, 2023, a lot of people believe that he did beyond average. Everybody believed that he had so much votes that he could have even caught up with the president who eventually won. And now we are seeing that, and you know that there have been alignments and realignments with the former vice president of Nigeria, talking about
Good luck, Jonathan.
No, the former president of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar.
Okay.
Yes, sorry, Atiku Abubakar, and the alignment and everything like that. And we know that very recently, both of them split again. There was supposed to be a consensus candidates, for the opposition. But then, of course, Peter Obi left and went to NDC. Now, how significant is this development, that Obi is emerging as the sole candidate in NDC? How significant is this development in the next general election?
Well, it is going to be very, very dicey.
Very dicey.
Yes, because a lot of things are at stake at this point in time. We have a lot of. But one thing I want to tell you, Kunle, is that there's still going to be alignments.
There's still going to be alignments.
Yes, there's still going to be, because some of the people that have been barred by the ruling party from participating. I said something some time ago about the prodigal son and the son that went away and the son that stayed at home. You understand? A lot of members are still aggrieved. That's why I said there is still going to be alignments. So we are still watching the game. We cannot let us not celebrate goal when the ball has not even entered. You understand? So we are still going to see a lot of alignments and realignments. That's politics. My only take, Kunle, is this. Whether alignments or not alignments or anything, I stand for whatever that will make Nigeria move forward.
Move forward.
I don't care whether you bow down to God or you don't bow down to God. I don't care where you come from. Chukwuemeka Munachiso will never, for any reason, what I pray for Nigeria is responsible leadership. Do you know why? Because I have been privileged to go to some African countries and see how these people rate us. And we have disappointed a lot of them. Honestly speaking, what we have, they don't have it. And look at how we are living. So I want to see somebody who will make Nigerians to be proud to be a Nigerian outside the shores of this country. You come back here, you look at a fellow Nigerian and you are happy. But you know that this is a Nigerian and this is our country. Somebody who will come and say, okay, Nigerians, I asked a question somewhere. What is it you can point at right now and say, no matter what goes on, Nigerians must enjoy this? Is there anything you can point at, Kunle, as a Nigerian? But there are so many countries that are as not as rich as we are. Citizens know that at all, the government must give them this thing. There's nothing we can point out as a Nigerian and say, this is our benefit for being Nigerians. Nothing. No, check now. Check. Go and check. Other countries, they will tell you that no matter what, no matter the level the economy will be, they will enjoy this thing because government will subsidize it. Now, but in Nigeria here, there's nothing, absolutely nothing. Let somebody call and tell me something you can point at and say, this is what we'll enjoy for being Nigerians. And yet, our land is flowing with milk and honey. It's a shame, Kunle. It's a shame. If I have not gone out to other African countries, I have not gone to Europe, America. If I have not gone out to other African countries, I may not know this. But because I've gone out and discovered that, these people, no matter how poor they are still enjoying this thing.
All right, you're still on to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio. We have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning. What is your name and where are you calling us from? Okay, we lost that call. The program you're still listening to is Perspective Unlimited. If you want to be a part of the show, you can call 0916893100 or 09153334893. You can also call 0911113333 Those are the numbers to call. We have another caller on the line.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. What is your name? Where are you calling us from?
My name is George. I'm calling you from Olowu.
George from Olowu. You have the floor, sir.
Yes. You can see the pattern of their selection of people into the Senate. I will reserve my comments on some of the patterns they are using now to remove people who are outspoken, who are really making things hot with the corruption that we are trying to make Nigeria to forget about. And I want to answer the question you asked, because if you look at the presidential candidates of today, if I should tell you that if we give Ogi the chance to be the president of Nigeria, he might make a difference. He might bring us to the line whereby we will march forward as a country to bring glory to this country. I want to add here that I am from Delta State. I am not an Igbo man. I am not from the Igbo-speaking part of Delta State. But I have watched Ogi. Let us give him chance.
Well, that is your own opinion. Other Nigerians will get to make their own decision.
It's my opinion, because I know that there are people who are strongly based on tribalism and they do not want any other person to come up at all, especially people from that southeast area.
Well, I don't think we should start generalizing.
That is my opinion. Yeah. That is my opinion. I have the right to say what I'm saying. So please, let's give him a chance. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution this morning. Okay, so because we are pressed for time, there's a pressing story that is on the Vanguard, and I think it is important that we talk about it, and because it is also sensitization. There have been reports that there is Ebola outbreak in some African countries, and some Nigerian scientists, they already fear that the risk of Ebola might slip into the country, and that they have warned that the deadly virus might spread. It has spread across the Democratic Republic of Congo and Uganda, and it could trigger a major health emergency if urgent preventive measures are not activated immediately. We also hear that the warning came as the Academy of Medical Science, Nigeria, urged the federal government to tighten border surveillance, active emergency preparedness system, and place all health institution on high alert. Now, this is a very, serious topic that I think we've had the outbreak of Ebola before some years. I think about, it's not up to 10 years now. And it is coming again, and we know how deadly Ebola can be.
Okay, Kunle, the question is this. When we say we tighten borders, how do we tighten our borders? Tell me. Our borders are very porous. That's why we have insurgency spreading like cancer all over the country. Now, Nigeria is the only country where people walk in and walk out the way they like. You know, I told you, I've been privileged to go to some African countries.
Yeah.
Before you enter Kunle, they border self, before you walk to that place, it's like you are standing trial for murder. But go to Nigerian borders, that's where you see market. Anybody can move in and move out. So when it comes to Ebola, my prayer is that God should not allow this to visit us, please. Because when you talk of securing the borders, forget about it. God should not allow anybody who is carrying the virus to enter our country. We have enough on our plate. We have enough on our plate. This man brought it how many years ago from Liberia? And a medical doctor, Dr. Stella Adadevo, paid a supreme price. And that woman must be immortalized. You understand? So if we are talking of, now in the Democratic Republic of Congo, 131 people have died as a result of this Ebola. I keep asking questions. Nigeria's Center for Disease Control and Prevention and the National Orientation Agency.
We have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Tayo. I'm calling from Ibadan here.
Good morning,
Good
Mr.
morning,
Tayo.
Mr. Ineka.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, God be with you. May God bless you all. And may West Radio continue to flourish in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
I want to talk about my tribe, Yoruba tribe. I think this time around, Yoruba should try and support Obi. Yes. Obi may not be the best candidate in the country as of today, but Yoruba will say, out of two evils, one will still be better than the other. We tried the northern president, Babangida Buhari, Yoruba suffered. And let me tell you one thing this morning. Yoruba suffered most under Yoruba presidency.
Well, we can't really say that, sir. Oh, sorry, we lost that call. We lost that call.
Okay, so I'm now asking a question. National Orientation Agency, Nigeria Center for Disease Control. Before, I keep saying it, Kunle, Nigeria is the only country where people learn geography the morning after earthquake. Now that Ebola is not yet here, what preventive measures, what is there any way they are telling Nigerians what this disease is all about so that we have preventive measures? They should be on the street telling Nigerians that, look, Ebola is coming. Let it not come, but this is what we must do if it has to come. My people have a proverb. A war that has been announced will never catch a cripple unawares because he will leave town. We are waiting. Make somebody carry the thing and enter here. That's when you see Nigeria Center for Disease Control and National Orientation Agency moving all over the place. Why are we like this? Market women, market men, children in school. I remember in 1970s when Nigeria changed from left, right hand side, I've forgotten. They told us in school, when you want to cross road, look left, look right. We took that message home. We have a call.
We have a call on the line. Hello, good morning. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
Good morning. Ade from Ibadan.
Oh, you have the floor, sir.
Now, about this Ebola thing, what I expect government to have done is to stop flights coming in from Congo.
Stop flights coming in from Congo?
Yes, as the government announced this, because the government should take measures, like Kunle said, government should take instant measures to prevent this thing. So announce, we have not had government to say anything about it. This is what I expect government to do. Stop flights coming in from those areas where we have had cases. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution.
Kunle, do you hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
When I was growing up, this was what they told us. And the children will take this message home. Even Mamsa.
We have another caller. Hello, good morning. What is your name? Where are you calling us from?
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Adenike from Muslim.
All right, Adenike, you have the floor.
Yeah, concerning the outbreak of disease. So I urge our government that they should be proactive enough before the spread of these things. Maybe our borders to be closed so as we not experience a mass outbreak. That's my take.
Thank you very much for your contribution.
So, Kunle, government should not wait for this thing to come. Let
us make that clear first that there's no case in Nigeria yet.
There's not been any reported case. But we don't have to wait till we report. Government must wake up But all they are fixated on ticket, looking for ticket.
Another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. What is your name? Where are you calling us from?
Hello, good morning. Benga Mario calling from Apata.
Okay, good morning. You have the floor, Mr. Benga Mario.
Let me sound this warning to the federal government and to those in higher authority that Nigerians will no longer tolerate the incessant killing and abduction of its citizens. Look at the teacher that was beheaded yesterday. A time will come in this country that people will not rely on the government again.
But that's what we are talking about now is the Ebola outbreak, sir.
Okay, well, we just want to appeal to our government to ensure that they please improve in the security welfare of the citizens.
Yes,
thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So, before we go, Kunle, so government must wake up. But
let us say very quickly that
no, there's another call.
We have a call on the line again. Hello, good morning. What is your name? Where are you calling us from?
Yeah, George calling back.
George calling back.
We cannot outrightly say that Ebola is not in Nigeria now, because
there are no reported cases yet.
A lot of Nigerians who are traveling, doing business around the West African countries. So we are appealing to the government that they should not wait until we start seeing people who are carrying it before we start preventing it from coming here.
Okay.
That is my solution. My suggestion this morning. Because what we have been seeing all along is reaction. We are not doing any preventive action to make sure that the people don't suffer.
Thank you very much, sir. So hold your thought a little, sir. So what I'm saying is that Nigeria has experienced Ebola before. We've experienced COVID before. And I think we even received international commendation on how Nigeria actually handled these two outbreaks in the country. Now, do you think Nigeria must have not learned anything from that?
We don't learn, no. If we are learning, we can't be where we are today. Let me tell you something. What I have read about this Ebola, the only way to safeguard it is complete hygiene.
We are going to run through all the things to do before we go off the show. We'll run through it.
Kunle, hygiene, that's the basic thing. Is there any agency of the government promoting hygiene right now? None. When I was growing up, there were agencies of government going from street to street, school to school, promoting hygiene. National Orientation Agency, they have left their constituency. One, what they are doing now is to promote government this thing, whatever that a government does. But the people that you are supposed to sensitize and reorientate in everything that's coming, they have abandoned their jurisdiction. Now, National Center for Disease Control and Prevention must wake up. I call up. I think their DG is Jimmy Idris. He should wake up. Nigerians, we are too many. Nigerians, we don't have borders. We don't have. Our borders are porous. Anybody can wander into Nigeria with whatever disease is carrying and spread it. May God forbid it. That's why I keep saying that it's only God that will deliver us.
Only God that will deliver us.
Make Ebola. The Ebola should not come here because Ebola should not come. We don't need it.
Amen.
May God have mercy on us. We have a lot on our plate. Don't add Ebola to the struggles we have.
Amen. Thank you very much, Munachiso Chukwu Emeka. And before we go, I would like us to quickly run through the health tips about this Ebola. Now, number one is that you make sure that you wash your hands frequently, wash with soap and clean water regularly. Use alcohol-based hand sanitizer when water is unavailable. Now, clean your hands after touching public surfaces or caring for sick people. Now, Ebola, the contact, some of the things you might experience or anybody who has it is you might see blood, vomiting. If you touch these fluids, the blood, the vomit, saliva, sweat, urine, or feces, all of these things contain the Ebola virus if you touch it. And then you should avoid touching anyone that is showing symptoms such as fever, weakness, vomiting, diarrhea, unexplained bleeding. Now, report suspected cases immediately. If someone has symptoms after travel or contact with a sick person, contact health authorities quickly. Isolate the person from close contact. Avoid home treatment without medical guidance. Now, early medical care improves survival and helps stop the spread. Avoid handling of dead bodies. Ebola can still spread from people who died from the disease. Do not wash or touch bodies without trained health workers or protective equipment. Practice safe food handling. Now, avoid contact with dead wild animals. Cook meat thoroughly. Wash hands before and after handling raw meat. Now, follow official health updates, especially from the World Health Organization and from the Nigerian Center for Disease Control. Also, let us very, very importantly take note of this, that we should not spread rumors or panic on social media. What the government and the communities should do is that they should public health authorities usually strengthen the airport and border screening, contact tracing, isolation centers, public awareness campaigns, and the rest of that. Ebola is a very, very serious thing, but it does not spread through contact, casual contact, like simply walking past someone. It can only spread through direct contacts with infected body fluids. Good hygiene and early reporting are very effective in reducing the risk. God will not let us see the outbreak of Ebola in Nigeria.
Yes, that's my prayer.
Thank you very much, Chukwuemeka, for being a part of the show.
Thank you for having me, Kunle.
Yes, and I would like to thank everybody who has been a part of the show too by calling in and listening to us on Perspective Unlimited this morning. Remember, Perspective Unlimited takes place on Wells Radio 89.3 FM every Mondays to Fridays between 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. Do join us again tomorrow for a fresh edition of Perspective Unlimited. And now it is time to hear from the Sports Gang with AM Sports. Stay tuned.
Please listen to this important information. The views expressed by the interviewee in this program are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of Wells Radio 89.3 FM or its affiliated entities. Wells Radio 89.3 FM is committed to providing a platform for diverse perspectives and opinions, and the views expressed by guests on our programs are their personal viewpoints. Wells Radio 89.3 FM does not endorse or take responsibility for the content or opinions expressed by individual interviewees and callers. Thank you.